Well, here's another N-scale layout update. I've got a lot of work done on the layout, as you can see. I've got all my cliffs painted, I've got my static grass down. I built some Sculptamold terrain, which came up pretty good. I painted my pond. I've got my roads, put some lines on my road. They came up pretty good. I even have my Mr. Peanut. I was just test fitting him. Right now, I'm just getting everything ready for the lights. I had to put the buildings all back on after I put the static grass on, so I could mark out where the lights are. I figure I've got in here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 lights I've got to wire up. And then I put on my street lights up here. These came out really nice. And I've got an extra, what I use 6 there, and I have a pack of 20, so I've got 14 left. So I'll spread the 14 down on the bottom road. And I'll wire that. I've got a 5-volt power bus that I use for my servos. And I just kind of pulled the juice off it so I could power my servos. I've got 5 servos on the layout, 1 for each switch. And just put a resistor on each. I still have some work to do. I've got a lot light block the houses. As you can see, there's a bit of glow coming through. I gotta add some black on the inside. That's not a big deal. Just get some black paint and a paintbrush and just slap a little black to the roof. And then eventually, once all the lights are done, and that's done, I can pour my resin. So I've got my resin river here. It's going to come down. I'm going to have a little waterfall here. And then I'm going to have like a little lake or pond. Then I'm going to have these little offshoots where the water kind of leaves the area, you know, so there's a flow. And I made a little trail coming from town. I've got some cars in the mail that have rear lights and headlights. I've got like 10 of those coming. I don't know how they'll look. I'll test them out when I get them. They were pretty cheap, like $1 a car. They weren't too expensive. So we'll see how good they are. And I found this. I printed this out. It's a train station. And it looks pretty good. I might keep it on there. I'll have to paint it up, make it look a little more interesting. But I can use that. I got a little canoe there with the shark. Yeah, I had some pieces that I don't think I can use. Like this one here. It was a dock I made, but holy shit, it's big. You know, when you put it in, I was thinking I could reprint it. It has to be a hell of a lot smaller. I think it's too big, so I might not use it. We'll see. I have one dock I made. I like the size of that one. I don't know if I'll put it there or someplace else. I've also got some beach sand. I was thinking of making a beach, but I've been kind of debating that. I don't know if I'll do that. I might just pour my resin and just, you know, let the colors kind of soak in. I want to do some, I haven't even added bushes, shrubs, or trees, or I also want to add a little static grass accents, different color static grasses here and there. I think my train's on. Let's power it up. There we go. Got some nice passenger cars here. These will look good for the train station. Going around. I had a few issues when I was doing the static grass. The edge sticks out about a quarter of an inch. I didn't push it forward enough. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. It must have been a mistake. It must have moved at some time, because when I laid the Sculptamold down, I kind of put it right up against it. So I can't push it forward. So my choices are to cut back the Sculptamold or the foam, or just leave it. It's not that big a deal, you know. We'll see. But the portals came out pretty good. One thing I did with the portals, I was debating whether I was going to use double-sided tape to hold them on, or just white glue. And I ended up just using white glue, and I'm glad I did, because I had to move things around a little bit periodically, making sure the trains when they went through had enough clearance and room. And the white glue gives you like tons of time to move things around and adjust things, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the street lights. Those are going to be really cool. Get those done, and then I've got the drainage ditches. I've got to drill like little holes and put them in before I pour the resin. I've already painted them up, so it's just a matter of putting the holes in and, you know, painting. If there's any weird color behind it, I paint it and then glue them in, and then I'll pour the resin. We'll see how that goes. But looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everything. Here I'll switch it on the outer track. Turnouts. There we go. So now it should run on the outer track. There we go. And go through the outer tunnel. Switches are working pretty good. One of them, I hadn't used them in a while. One of them I had to kind of jiggle it underneath, just a hair. It wasn't clicking, and I just had to kind of jiggle it a bit, and it started clicking again. So that was pretty good. There we go. We're on the outer track. And another thing I've added is, well, a couple things I've done. I've moved it to the wall here, the side of the wall. It used to be a couch here, and Ashley's moving out, my daughter, so she wanted the couch. So my wife's like, well, instead of keeping the table kind of where my bench is, she said, why don't you move it here? And so that's what I did, and it's great because it gives me a lot of space. The only problem is I had no light, so I picked up one of these hanging lights off Amazon, and you have different, you can make it really bright. This is kind of like a moody reading lamp, which I like for running the trains around. That's pretty cool. But it works really good, and I turn it on bright when I want to work on the layout. I can see where everything is. Over at the bench, I had a desk lamp that I used to move over. And she's working her way. I think what I'll do is I'm going to throw this switch here, and it's gone by this one, so I can throw that one, and now you should go back on the inner rail. Yeah, I gotta say, these Pico switches are pretty good, the Code 55 Pico switches. I mean, I don't have too many problems with them. The only time I'll get a derailment is if I forget to flick the switch. There we go. So now we're on the inner rail again. Which goes around, then I can even go on the inner part if I want to. It works okay. But that's my update. It's coming along pretty good. I'll make another one once I get the lights in and the resin poured. And we'll see where it goes from there. Talk to you later. Bye.